Afternoon, students. We'll be starting with our Unit 2, Chapter 2, that is Software Testing Strategies, Part 1. So, what is software testing strategy? Software testing. Now, first we'll move with software testing and then we'll check on with the strategies of software testing. Testing is the process of executing a program with specific intent of finding errors prior to the delivery to the end user. So before delivering it to the end user, the process of finding errors, intention of finding errors, rather than only checking the software, we have an intention to, to check the errors is called as a testing process. So what does testing show? Testing shows you errors, requirements, conformance, performance and indication of quality. So an indication of quality, the actual intention to get the quality improvement, we have an testing process. So what are the testing strategies? So their first strategy that is there is unit testing, second one is integration testing, third one is validation testing, and fourth one is system testing. So as the diagram shows, unit testing is done on code, integration testing is done on design, validation testing is done on requirements, and system testing is done on system engineering, how the system is working. So unit testing, each and every unit of code is being checked. Integration testing, design of the code, the design, what interface you are going to show to the user, that is being checked. Validation is requirements. Suppose if the user requires one value or two values, that validation will check that after prompting this particular value, what output I am getting, that is called as validation testing. System testing is the whole system, that is with the code, design, requirements as well as the system, how it is working on the platform, that is being checked in the system engineering. Moving on with first, that is unit testing. Now when we talk about unit testing, we have the module interface is tested to ensure that information properly flows into out of the program unit under test. So there are different stubs in which you have single modules, and those modules will work according to your driver process, and you will be providing your interface, local data structures, boundary conditions, independent paths, error handling paths. All those test cases will be applied, through which we will be getting our results. So this is the process of unit testing. Each and every module is being checked. So unit testing has two bifurcations, that is unit test consideration and unit test procedures. So when we talk about unit test considerations, each and every module will be checked. Local data structure is checked. Local data structures means all the algorithms will be applied to the data. Boundary conditions are tested. Boundary conditions means here that is written boundary values. The end values will be tested, that is it will be given in a range of format, and then that ranges will be tested. Then you will have independent paths through the control structure are exercised to ensure that all the statements are checked or not. Then the last one is error handling. Error handling also will be done. The next is unit test procedures. So when we talk about unit test procedure, each and every test case here will be checked with the help of expected results. Means with condition that my result will be this as expected, we need to check according to those conditions. That is done in the procedural test. Because a component not only is a standalone program, it will be related to different components in the software. Now when I talk about one component, that means when I am entering in a Google form only the name, my name will be somewhere connected to my date of birth, as well as it will have the year of changing the patterns, that all the components are interconnected to each other. The next is a driver is nothing but a main program that accepts the test case data, passes such data to the components, prints relevant results. So when I talk about drivers here in the last, that is unit test considerations also, you will have unit test data, and that will be done on the main program, and that main program will have component values, and those component values will be compared with the expected results and point relevant results, means whatever results or output I am getting will be pointed down in that particular thing. Stub replace modules that are subordinate called by the component to be tested. Stub means different values when we put on the main program or a particular module, they are termed as stubs. Then the next here is integration testing. Integration testing is a technique used for constructing the program structure while at the same time carrying out tests to uncover errors related with interfacing. Now when we talk about integration testing, it totally works on the design stage or the architecture stage of the program. Integration testing is a technique used for constructing program structure. The whole program structure will be designed in the integration testing process. At the same time, it will also solve the errors related to the interface, that is the whole design of the program. Now here you have incremental integration testing and non-incremental integration testing. So what is incremental integration testing? The program is constructed and tested in small increments. A small level of increments will be given. Increments means in an increasing order. Errors are easier to isolate and correct as we are taking an increasing level. In a small step, the errors are easier to find as well as they can be corrected easily. Interfaces are more likely to be tested completely. Interfaces as a whole, they will be checked at a time. Systematic test approach is applied. A systematic test approach can be applied to incremental integration testing. Different incremental integration testing strategies are, so there are different incremental integration strategies. First one is top down integration, second one is bottom up integration, third one is regression testing, and fourth one is smoke testing. So as the name suggests, that is, so we'll be not going in depth first, we'll be learning first non-incremental integration testing. Uses Big Bang approach, whole project as an approach, all components are combined in advanced. The entire program is tested as a whole, chows result. Many seemingly unrelated errors are encountered. Correction is difficult because isolation of causes is complicated. Once a set of errors are corrected, more errors occur and testing appears to enter an endless loop. So usually people prefer incremental integration testing rather than non-incremental, because here you cannot cut down into pieces as the testing code. You just have to take that whole program as an result. So what were the different incremental integration testing strategies? First one is top-down integration. Top-down integration here means you will have an hierarchy, and that hierarchy will be checked from the child process itself. Rather than going from the first, it will be first done that main program will be tested and the modules related to that will be tested. Then tests are conducted as each component as integrated. Each and every module will be integrated separately, that is checked separately. The next one is bottom up integration. Bottom up integration means the low level components are combined in clusters and specific software function is being done. Then that can perform a specific software function. Then as well as the cluster is tested. So for this particular integration testing, I will provide you the diagram so that it becomes more easier for top down integration and bottom up integration. I'll be posting this particular diagrams in the group only. And then regression testing is being done for defects to check, that is defects propagated to other modules by changes made to existing program. So comparison will be done and then checking can be done depending on that. The next is now validation testing. As it was being defined first only, validation means checking the values. Ensure that each function or performance's characteristic conforms to its specific functions. Validation is done on your not only the interface but your whole design or your whole system. So when we check about that, you will have some values which are not according to the output. So deviations must be negotiated with the customer to establish a means for resolving the errors. Configuration review or audit is used to ensure that all the elements of the software configuration have been properly developed, catalogued, and documented to allow its support during the maintenance phase. Yes, obviously, when we do validation, each and every value when checked, it should be properly developed. We should check it as well as catalog. You should maintain a catalog of what is being changed and documented. Those catalogs should be kept as a document, as a format of proof, so that whenever it comes in the maintenance stage, it can be submitted as a proof element. The next is system testing and acceptance testing. System testing is a level of testing that validates the complete and fully integrated software product. Now this is very important. System testing is a level of testing that validates the complete and fully integrated software product. Once my whole software is being developed, after that only I have to check that the whole product is now ready to go in the user hands or not. Then the purpose of a system test is to evaluate end-to-end system specifications. Now, is it compatible with the user or not? Is it properly working on that platform which is developed or not? Is it giving me the output as expected or not? All such things are being checked in the system testing. Usually the software is only one element of a large computer based system. Now here software is only the component where you have to work. You don't have any other modules, stubs, drivers, nothing else. You just have only one component, that is the whole software. Ultimately, the software is interfaced with the other software hardware systems. Obviously, when I'm developing a software, I require another software and compatible hardware to work on it, and for that system testing is actually a series of different tests whose sole purpose is to exercise the full computer based system. Is it working properly on that computer based system or not is the actual task of the system testing. Now what is acceptance testing? Acceptance testing is a level of software testing where a system is tested for acceptability. The purpose of this test is to evaluate the system's compliance with the business requirements and access with whether it is acceptable for delivery. Yes, obviously when I'm doing the whole testing, that is unit testing on the code, integration testing on the design, validation testing on the values of the code, then that is a design phase or a maintenance phase, then system testing as a whole computer based system. After that, the one thing which comes is, now when it is ready to go in the user's hand, is the value and requirement, business requirements of that particular software fulfilled or not, and is it acceptable for delivery. The acceptance of the end user also matters when we talk about the testing process. So this is part 1 completion of chapter 2. Tomorrow we'll be going with the part 2 of chapter